Hey, howdy, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, welcome back to another video. It's another one of my special new months, new resolutions videos. I don't know what I'm calling this series yet. Eventually, maybe next month, I will have it down packed. But for people who are new here, what I like to do is every month at the beginning of the month, set one goal for myself. Try to set one thing that I really want to focus on. This kind of stems from me personally growing up. I really hated the idea of New Year's resolutions. I thought that a lot of people who do New Year's resolutions are kind of crazy because, like, a lot of times what will happen is in the last 3 months of the year, people kind of like put off doing things to better themselves because they're like, well, I'll just make it a New Year's resolution and then I'll do it next year. Starting next year, I'm going to do this. And I think that it really like kind of fuels procrastination for some people. And I have fallen into that in the past where I'm like, well, yeah, I'll make it a New Year's resolution. So to kind of combat that, instead of doing New Year's resolutions, you can start new habits at any given time. I'm going to do new month resolutions. And at the beginning of every month, kind of pick one thing to really focus on and just do as much as I can to kind of better myself in that month. So what we're going to do with this series, I'm going to start off by giving you guys a little recap of my last month and then going into what I want to work on this upcoming month. Last month, I will go ahead and say, was not a success at all. I knew that it was going to be a challenge for myself, and I really probably set the bar a little too high for myself. I try to reach goals that I think are attainable, but I will admit this one, I should have not assumed that I could just jump off the, I kind of was like, imagine somebody who's never like dived off of a diving board before, but was like, you know what? You know how the Olympic divers, they dive off of like a 40-foot ledge? That's what I tried doing, and I really should not have done that. So for the month of July, I had 2 goals for myself that went hand in hand. I wanted to try to go to the gym as much as possible. I wasn't going to say daily because I do think going to the gym on a daily basis isn't great because you are supposed to be resting. You're supposed to have rest days. And on top of that, I think that it's also one of those things where it's very time consuming. And because I am moving and I have, to look for new jobs, I have to make a new resume. I have to figure out if I'm going to be going to college at some point coming up. So there's a lot on my plate, and going to the gym every single day just seems like an overwhelming amount of pressure to put onto myself. So I just want to go to the gym consistently, and I think I did a relatively good job. I'm going to go through numbers in a second for each of my goals, and I wanted to do something I wanted to do because I knew I was going to be on vacation for the month of July is try to do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats every single day. And for reference, doing 100 push-ups in a day takes a little bit more strength than my body is used to. Doing 100 squats in a day, also kind of a little more strength than my body is used to. So that's where I was talking about, like, I kind of like put my goals a little too high. That was kind of unrealistic to think that I go from doing push-ups maybe once a week to, okay, I'm going to do 100 every single day. Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, that was a little crazy. I set my bar a little too high for myself. So one of my main goals was to do all those and still go to the gym on the same day. Do you want to know how many times I did it last month? Are you ready? I'm going to flash it to you. I went to the gym 1 time last month, and in that day also was able to do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats. And it was a leg day, so I did the majority of the squats in the gym, which made it a lot easier. How many times did I go to the gym last month? 11 times. That's not bad. I feel like that's a relatively solid amount because if I'm being totally honest with you, like I said, I was on vacation. I didn't go a single time when I was on vacation, and I was on vacation for like 9 days technically. And on top of that, a bunch of good superhero movies came out, and I'm a diehard superhero fan. I actually don't have a lot of superhero stuff behind me to show that anymore. Sorry, I'm moving. I keep forgetting that I don't have all of my decorations everywhere. But so I didn't get into the gym that much. But that being said, I did get really into the push-up side of things. Something I used to do back when I was in school because I was weird like this. I would sometimes just randomly, in the middle of class, get up, do 10 push-ups, and then go back to sitting down and act like I didn't just do that. And I kind of started doing that at work a little bit. Anytime I'm in a back room and I know I'm completely 100% alone, I'll just bang out 10 push-ups real quick. So I actually hit the 100 push-ups goal 8 times. And then on top of that, sit-ups was something that I used to do ab workouts before bed every single night. So I really started strong. The first like 3 days, I think I did the 100 sit-ups. And then for the entire month, I ended up doing 7 sit-ups. So not terrible. And then squats. This is actually really depressing because soccer, I've been a soccer player my entire life. Leg day is my favorite day in the gym. I only did it 3 times, the 100 squats in one day. So I really want to work on that. And that's why August is going to be for 2 things. It's going to both start with an A. One is adventure. That's what the thumbnail is going to say. That's what I'm kind of going to be looking for. I'm mostly adventuring in the fact that I'm moving into a new place, I kind of want to check out, you know, the different grocery store options in the area, because there's a couple places that have like organic, fresh stuff that I think could be kind of cool to explore. I don't like the Walmart or Target in the area that I'm moving to, so I really need to figure out what grocery store I'm going to be going to regularly. And on top of that, the place that I'm moving into actually has multiple like bars and activities and stuff that I could do that are walking distance from my house. So I'm probably going to go for walks and stuff like that. It's going to be very minor stuff, but I think that that one is like super attainable, because every day is an adventure, really. Like anytime you do something for the first time, that's kind of an adventure. And the whole process of me moving out of my parents' house is kind of going to be an adventure in itself. So that's something I'm very excited about. And then 2 is accountability. Like I said, I had goals to do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats every single day, and I didn't even get close. And I feel like part of that is because I'm not holding myself accountable. I'm kind of, you know, thinking like, oh, well, if I don't do this, you know, no one's going to know. It doesn't matter. I can just kind of push it off. But I do want to be very straightforward on this account. I think that part of the reason why I've always been making YouTube videos and I've always liked vlogging stuff is because I want people to know what I'm doing, and I want to be able to look back at myself in the future and be like, wow, I'm kind of proud of myself. Look at this cool thing that I did. And right now I'm not really doing anything cool. And I think that that's something that's kind of disappointing. So the main thing that I want to do to hold myself accountable this month is I want to be active on this account. I want to be active on my other account, because that's one big thing. Every time I have a vacation, my uploading schedule gets really fucked up, and YouTube and TikTok are both very unforgiving when it comes to the algorithm. And if you take time off randomly out of nowhere, you have to really climb a very steep mountain to get back onto their good graces and get a bunch of regular views again. So for YouTube, that's going to be me posting consistently. I still plan on posting like 4 videos a week, 3 videos a week, something like that, posting shorts whenever I get the opportunity and stuff like that. For my other YouTube channel, for people who do not know, I have a movie YouTube channel. I like to keep them separate because like the algorithm really does not like when you have multiple niches or niches. I don't know which word is correct, but the algorithm really doesn't like when you have multiple of those on one channel. So this is for my like less serious stuff. This is just for me being me, whereas that channel is like my obsession with movies. I talk about superhero movies, I talk about regular movies, I rank every movie I see every month, stuff like that. It's a fun time. I really enjoy it. But that being said, because I had family in town, and because once you stop doing something that you do consistently, it's really hard to get back into the schedule of it. I really have not been doing it, and I gotta work on that. But yeah, so that's the 2 main things with accountability. I am hopefully going to potentially see you guys next month for a new edition of this for the month of September. And for the month of September, I probably will have cooler goals. I'll potentially have, you know, a fun breakdown of everything that I did in August, because I do think something for the accountability side of things, I'm going to actually start logging stuff, because I was supposed to make a spreadsheet for how often I went to the gym and how often I did my 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 whatever. And I was going to do a slideshow at the beginning of this video, and instead I ran out of time, so I literally just did these little note cards, and that's so lame. So I think for next time, I'm kind of going to make a slideshow of any adventures that I go on. I'm going to do little photo dumps and stuff like that. And that's also something I plan on doing for every month from here on out. I really want to start taking pictures more, because I understand living in the moment and trying not to have your phone out all the time. But also, we live in a day and age where you can capture every moment, and you really should be taking advantage of that. You can take pictures of things, you can take videos of things, and we used to live in a day and age where everybody would make scrapbooks all the time, and people would constantly take pictures and get them printed out, and we don't do that as much, and I think that's kind of disappointing. So I'm going to try to hopefully do that more, try to have a little bit more of a social media presence, potentially, I don't know. But yeah, that being said, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming by and checking it out. I love and appreciate you guys so much for watching, and if you liked it, feel free to like and subscribe. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one. Peace out.